All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First carry for James Conner, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Adrian Claiborne, the one who makes the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Roethlisberger will hand the counter, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. On third down, Roethlisberger over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up first and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Let's go.
On second down, Freeman. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Mark Barron coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
He completes it to Julio Jones. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a 1st down. Operating
out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw is Ryan. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a 1st.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this 1st drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Throw left side complete. That's Cole. And all the way inside. inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
Gun!
On second down, Ryan. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Connor. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him for a loss of 5. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Set! Like 80! AB! Jack 16!
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Tech McKinley. He's the one to get in this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start with a give to counter. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because
pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Good job, guys. Block 89. Block 89.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Jones. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I really don't think that Julio Jones could be happier right now. Plenty of catch opportunities in this game. He's converted them, and his team's winning.
And Matt Ryan's happy, too, to have Julio Jones on the other side of these.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times we talk about breaking teams down, and oftentimes just through a running game. These two, they can break a team down through the air.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan now 3 first-half touchdown passes, and the Falcons will extend their lead. Vecchio to add the PAT. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
180. 8.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. On first down, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Falcons now. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now Ryan on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. In his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Falcons on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a...
And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Deion Jones in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. On second down, Roethlisberger. Now big hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And fortunately, the offense will cover this one up back at the 5-yard line.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
8. Side. Blue 30. Five.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And Ben goes down in the end zone, and that'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
Hey, let's go.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun, it's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch 85. Watch 84, Sam. Oh, yeah. Hey, straight ass. 11. Let him go.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Javon Hargrave breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. From the gun, Ryan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many because...
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. A nice little juke. And all that work but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hey, Tuesday.
Here's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, the great coach said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he gets it down to the 48. Enough for the 1st. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
Hey, let's go.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
20.
Again, Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
They'll run it. Freeman. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So that last penalty making this 3rd down much more manageable. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Operating from the gun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Get up! Hey, express! Gun! Go!
Throwing now. Ryan on first down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
The Steelers' offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Here's Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Ryan wants to throw it. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.